From two men bound and gagged in a closet for simply being gay and doing crimes, this is Debaser, a film podcast. I am Jared Rusk, and I'm joined by my co-host, Will Taylor. On this show, we explore both new and familiar movies to bring you details and discussion about them, all in an effort to debase the films and ourselves. Today's episode, the debut film from the Wachowskis, a steamy neo-noir rob the mob thriller that won a GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Film and multiple Critics Awards for cinematography, writing, and acting. After the break, Debaser's extended Pride Month comes to a conclusion and a new premise begins as Will and I discuss the film Bound. Stay tuned.
You gotta kick it off with a killer to grab attention. Then you gotta take it up a notch.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us.
Who are you?
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
Cells.
Interlinked.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Will,
Yes.
it's July,
It is July.
but here at Debaser,
That's right.
we're still celebrating Pride Month,
Can't stop, won't stop.
as only two cishet men can, by extending Pride another month to show that we are real, true allies.
I mean, I don't know if this movie makes us allies. I'm pretty sure this movie starts off making us perverts.
You know, okay, that was reading a lot of people's impressions at the time. That's what everyone was afraid of going into it.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
walking out, people were like, oh, shit.
It's a completely different film.
Yeah, it gets it, you know. There's an essay inside the Criterion edition. Yeah, they're the official, they own the... I guess the rights to the film going forward now, because I guess, you know, this is the only Wachowskis movie, by the way, that Warner Brothers doesn't own.
Oh,
so I
wow.
wonder if Criterion just like releases it now like that too.
Warner Brothers owns all of
They've done every other movie with Warner Brothers after this.
Dude,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. But hey, we are, speaking of Pride Month though, we are officially taking our show into the closet.
That's right. We're going into the closet, baby.
The Criterion closet.
The Pride Month is over. So is Wrath Month. And so now me and Jared have to go back into our hetero closet because we're bisexual 2 months out of the year.
God.
That's a joke that keeps on joking.
Yeah, we're just going to keep. Yeah. I had to write a joke about the Criterion closet.
The moment that you were like, and we're pivoting to the Criterion, I was like, oh, there's a fucking closet. We got to go back in there.
Right. So, and then for the listener that doesn't know, the Criterion Closet is a long-running video series online where Criterion, a company that I'm going to talk more about in just a second here, invites like celebrities and filmmakers over to peruse all the films that they've released, and they have them all lined up on shelves in this closet. And they ask them to like go through and pick out movies and talk about them. And it's become very big on social media over the last few years, and they like have grown considerably. And it's like a viral thing every time like a big actor or director goes in there and like goes, oh hey, let's talk about this obscure French movie that I love or something.
I was saying, do you think that it was the Michael Shannon one that like really kicked it off, like made it a meme?
That was
thing?
right. Yeah, that was when they were really hitting social media.
That's
hard.
when you sent it to me. You're like, look at this silly little man going into this closet, and it was funny. It was very funny.
That's the one where you guys probably know the meme because it's Michael Shannon going, oh wow, I'm such a lucky boy
with his little bag.
Yeah,
I think I've only seen a couple of those videos since then, and the one that made me feel alienated but also seen at the same time was Diego Luna going in there because, like, as you said, picking up a bunch of French films that I've never fucking heard of.
Yeah,
but then picking up Y Tu Mama Tambien, which I did not know was in the Criterion Closet, and that is a movie that's near and dear to my heart. That also has Diego Luna in it.
Also, it is how I think Tony Gilroy himself sold Andor to him.
Oh, was it?
Because he's like, I want this to be like Y Tu Mama Tambien. Y Tu Mama Tambien. Yeah. And Your Mama works too, right? Isn't that what it is?
And Your
Translates
Mother.
to.
And Your Mother too.
And Your Mother too, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, that's not what I was expecting for a Star Wars thing. And he's like, I'm interested. All right. But he's also super jet lagged in that. And you can tell, like, he just got back from Star Wars Celebration in Japan.
Yes, he was wearing something similar, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, not even kidding.
Probably the same clothes that you saw him in Japan. And he's also saying how he was trying to find a restaurant in Japan that he went 2 years ago and he couldn't find it. And he's like, if anyone knows where it is, like, please message me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's like, I'm worried it closed during the pandemic and I couldn't find it. It's so cute.
It is.
But, and that's it's such a weird, like, neat little thing because it's very intimate. Mm-hmm. And some of the best ones are like Bong Joon-ho and was it Guillermo del Toro? where they just like left with armfuls.
Yeah.
Like they robbed the closet and they're like, I can take this.
But these guys are
and
like,
they just start grabbing shit. Like they have multiple bags when they leave.
Auteur filmmakers.
Well, those are guys who
so
are like, oh, this is my dream. Like I'm going to raid this shit.
They studied the art of film. So, like they have a real passion for it. Like, not to say that we don't have a real passion for it, but those guys are like next level, I think.
Well, we're amateurs.
We are amateurs. We don't even make movies.
That's kind of, to me, I didn't want to ever put this in our official like synopsis or what have you, but like I do look at our show as like two plebs, like reviewing movies that are considered high art, that we're like, can we make sense of this? And is this actually good? Or is it just a bunch of frou-frou professors and such telling you that it's good kind of thing? That's in the back of my mind, that's kind of the crux of our show.
I can see that.
Yeah. But I've never really sat down and been able to like write that down. That's to me, that's why we're debasing it. Because like we don't actually have the vocabulary and the understanding to truly like.
It's always funny when you hit me with another fucking like movie term. And I'm like, what?
Well, and that's kind of what I think our show does. Like that's what makes our show unique anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's so many podcasts with people that don't know what they're talking about or know a little too much of what they're talking about. And you kind of need a thesaurus to like make sense of what they're saying sometimes. And I want to try to bridge that gap essentially.
Yeah.
We're not always reviewing trash, but I also want us to bring something, to to the conversation.
I think the pivot to looking at Criterion style movies will definitely do that, because when I think of Criterion, I think of like older films. I think we had this conversation.
Like stuffy,
previously.
yeah.
I don't know if it's.
I'm going to touch on this. Okay, I'm going to get to that, but like absolutely, and I'm here to tell you,
you're my Sherpa for this too.
And it's like as you're going to see with today's movie.
Yeah,
it ain't like that.
No, not even close.
There is your come and sees.
Yeah. Yes, there is. But that's not everything that we're going to be doing. And like you also said, that
I've learned to stay away from those kinds of
maybe. Well, that was a good film that needed to be talked about.
It was, but it is like our second least listened to episode.
The Wrestler is still holding strong, maybe.
A movie that could conceivably be in the Criterion
it's
soon,
so
by
good.
the way.
But what I was going to say is you also mentioned that maybe we do like whatever's on their streaming service, so that we're not totally like watching some fucking old ass, some
stodgy
films.
Art movie.
Yeah. And all the Godzilla films are in Criterion. So
most of them. Yeah. Most of the Japanese ones, not like.
No, not the 99 travesty. I still love that movie. Or 98.
Yeah. Now, Criterion, because I'm sure we're going to have some listeners that don't know, and I'm happy to,
explain it.
Yeah. It's also known as the Criterion Collection, and it's a home video distribution company founded in America in 1984 that focuses on publishing films it deems as important, classic, and contemporary from around the world in editions that it claims offer the highest technical quality and award-winning original supplements. Think commentary tracks, interviews with cast and crew, behind-the-scenes things, etc. Criterion has released on multiple formats, including Laserdisc, which is what they did the longest, from like 84 to 99.
Laserdisc.
Was
this a different?
It was 84? A video format that was like the size of a vinyl record.
Holy shit!
And your player, it was like a DVD player, but it took a disc that was like a vinyl record,
tremendous,
like a 45 size.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was
45
Beta?
the small one? Is 33 the big one?
I don't fucking know.
I
have no idea.
I own some records. I should fucking know this. I'm leaving this in, but I want people to be like, God, he's so ignorant. But yeah, Laserdiscs are huge. They're like bigger than your head.
Gotcha. It wasn't Betamax.
No, but it's better than VHS and Betamax.
Yeah,
it was like the not audiophile. What's the video version of audiophile?
Cinephile?
A cinephile. Yeah, I guess a cinephile's like home streaming like preferred format, but it was super expensive and pretty rare too. I didn't know anybody with Laserdisc. I think I've only seen one in person.
I'm 35 years old and I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
So,
but then they pivoted to DVD and then Blu-ray, and they do Blu-ray in 4K.
And 4K
Ultra HD is the official name of it. I just call it 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But the official name is so stupid.
It's a mouthful.
It's so dumb. But that's what's out now. Criterion helped standardize aspects of home video releases like restoration, utilizing a letterbox format for widescreen films presented on full frame, and pioneered the use of commentary tracks. Criterion is considered to be the leader in boutique Blu-ray releases, And in 2018, the company launched its own streaming service that's akin to Netflix called the Criterion Channel. Go ahead.
Was that how I watched Martyrs? Is it not on there? No, it was on.
No, it was
Plex's normal streaming.
Plex, because it had ads, right?
That's right.
There's no ads
that's what
on
it was.
Criterion Channel.
That's right. That's right. For a second there, I was like, "Is Martyrs a Criterion movie?"
It's been on the channel.
It has.
Yes.
Oh, there.
All kinds of things cycle through the channel.
I gotcha.
So when they do what's on the collection, which is like on physical media, it's a movie that they bought the rights to.
I gotcha.
For at least a few years, and then they're going to like make and produce the Blu-rays for it and stuff with all the packaging and everything. If it's on the channel, they just paid temporarily for like 6 months or something to put it on their streaming service, like Netflix does too.
Right.
And it can come and go at any moment, and they will do this thing where they're like, "Here's all the movies leaving this month, so this is your last chance to watch them." But it's very like varied is the word. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, Jared, the Criterion Collection is full of boring old art movies. Au contraire, we have already covered some Criterion films like Yojimbo and Anatomy of a Fall.
That's right. Oh shit, Anatomy of a Fall is on that?
A recent edition, yes.
Fuck, it's such a good movie.
As well as today's film,
yes,
which does not fit any of those.
Nope.
That and the films and shorts available on the Criterion Channel are not necessarily films that have been added to the collection and given proper releases. Criterion often buys the rights to stream a wide variety of films on its service. I just reiterated this, I'm sorry.
You're good.
For a few months at a time, and many of the movies we've covered in the past have been featured on the channel at some point. Now, to be clear, we are not shilling for Criterion or its channel. You do not need to pay for the service to follow along. Get your movies wherever you want to get them. A lot of them are still available for free on Canopy or YouTube.
Pooby.
Or Poob.
Gooby.
And then, get your friend's password to Netflix or Max or whatever,
Yeah.
There are also a lot of Criterion movies on Max. They have some kind of deal with Turner Classic Movies, which has like a partnership with Criterion.
Turner's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. And so they have a ton of Criterions on there also.
I gotcha.
Some backstory too.
Yeah.
Before the Criterion Channel was a thing, there was Filmstruck, which was a service that was like, they had the exclusive rights to stream all of the Criterion movies. And then some, they had a lot more too. And I had that service. It was way cheap. I think it was like $6 or $7. And we had that for a while, and then it went under. And so Criterion launched their own service, which was cool. But like, I miss Filmstruck because it was really cool.
Yeah.
But back then, streaming services had such bigger libraries and didn't have to do original content. And like, even remember when Netflix was amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's like you buy Netflix for Netflix movies, not for
the other things that they have movies.
On there. Yeah, because like I watched so many good movies on Netflix way back in the day.
If you're an anime fan, they do have like a stranglehold on certain properties, like
anything Crunchyroll doesn't get a hold of, basically.
Yeah, my wife and I enjoy Ranma, and they revitalized Ranma, and it's on Netflix. And the same thing with like Dan to Dan is on Netflix specifically.
Yeah. We have to use it for Great British Bake Off because it's not on anything else, basically.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, do you know how Criterion's streaming service selects movies to stream? Since it seems like an auteur type of company, and so I would assume that that's how they make their selections, but I don't know. But I
do know that they do themes on the channel, and they'll be like, hey, this coming month is sci-fi month, or it's going to be like movies directed by women month kind of thing.
Okay.
And they'll do a trailer for it on social media. And it's going to be like, here's like 30 films from female directors we'll be featuring, or 30 films from Mexican artists kinds of things. They do neat themes like that.
So I was curious what their process was of being like, let's show everybody Martyrs for half a year.
They'll probably, the way they would do it, I would think would be like, for Halloween, we're going to get a bunch of like extreme French horror movies or something, and Martyrs would be part of that, maybe, if they were to do it hypothetically. That's how they seem to me as an outsider pick their movies.
Gotcha.
Bound, unfortunately, I don't think is anywhere else. It's okay. You can rent it. It's on VOD and physical media, but it's not currently on the channel, unfortunately.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I guess they lost the streaming rights to it earlier this year.
Wild.
It's not on anything else. If you got to torrent it. We are never going to tell you not to do that. I'm just going to be straight up with you.
Yeah.
I know a lot of shows have to dance around that. You do what you got to do. You get on somebody's Plex server.
Sponsors.
No, I'm not worried about that. But yeah, you do what you do. You get on somebody's Plex server. You fucking torrent that shit, baby.
Yeah.
But if you can pay for this movie, please do, because it's awesome.
And it goes directly to the Wachowskis, I assume, since Warner
yeah,
Brothers doesn't
I'm
really
sure
own
they're
their
still
stuff.
getting residuals for it, for sure. Yeah. All right, today's movie is Bound.
It was Bound.
Do you know when this came out?
1994. No, 95.
Close.
I'm sorry, 95. It was 95.
Still wrong.
Fuck, it was 96?
Yeah,
Damn
October
it. I thought it
4th,
was
1996.
95. That's my bad.
It's available on VOD and physical media through the Criterion collection.
Yeah.
The film stars Jennifer Tilly, Gina Gershon. Is it Gershon or Gershon?
I've always heard it as Gershon, but
I think you're right.
it could be. I don't know.
Jennifer Tilly, you know, from like Bride of Chucky and a million other things.
Yeah, she was the Medusa in Monsters, Inc.
Oh, of course. Okay.
She was the Bride of Chucky. She's been in a lot of other Chucky media.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like anything else that she was in.
But she's the breathy pinup model.
Yeah, essentially.
You know, Gina,
Gershon.
you know, from this and Showgirls.
Showgirls was 94.
Yeah.
That's why I got that
And
mixed up.
that movie kind of ruined her career.
Did it?
Yeah, because she's not in.
Did she get typecasted? No, have you looked at her
No.
IMDb? She does a lot of video
Trash.
game voices.
Yeah, she's in the Borderlands movie, which I should be.
Oh, is she really?
Should tell you where her career is. Yeah,
Who was she?
Moxie.
She was Moxie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, typecasted or whatever, but still.
Yeah.
She does a lot of voices in video games.
She's pivoted to video games in the last few years. I saw, but she does a lot of bad movies, and I feel like she was in some good movies in the 90s, and I think Showgirls really hurt her career, unfortunately, because that movie was a famous bomb and has only recently been reclaimed by people.
It's so good, though.
Oh, we love Paul Verhoeven.
I know, we're
always
living in
have
a
to
Paul
think about-
Verhoeven film right now.
truly, we are beyond parody at this point.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
Every Christy Nome video, a speech at this point is like Paul Verhoeven is like just giggling behind the camera. I feel like, you know, Jesus Christ. Anyway, and also Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying that right. I know him as Joe Pants.
Can you spin it to me? And I can speak perfect Italian.
I was going to say, how Italian are you? Okay,
you got it.
yeah.
Pantoliano.
But my wife and I call him Joe Pants.
Joe Pants. Okay, that makes sense.
You know him as Cypher from The Matrix.
Of course you do. When
Yes.
I saw his picture on IMDb, I was like, why do I know this man? Especially because in the movie.
It took you a while? Okay.
Yeah, because in the movie, he's got hair and he has
Yeah.
no facial hair at all. But in his picture, he's got no hair on top of his head and that little mustache.
He's bald now.
Yeah. And like, when did The Matrix come out? 2000? Was it 2000?
99.
It was 99?
Yeah, it
And,
was like 4 years after
He looks
this guy.
completely different.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fucking 3 years.
You also know him as, is it Vinny in Memento?
Oh, I haven't finished Memento, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
We watched it at like midnight or like
Holy
11. We started
shit.
it really late and I fell asleep.
Yeah. Well, it's an early Christopher Nolan film, early-ish. And he's like Guy Pearce's sidekick. And Guy Pearce eventually learns not to believe his lies,
That's
so
right,
to speak.
yeah.
Courtney and I, early when we were dating, like would take Polaroids of each other and wrote like "Don't believe her lies" on the back of it to each other as an in joke about that movie.
That's funny.
He's so good in this.
He's great.
This is maybe his best role. Like,
yeah.
it's he has way more screen time in this than in The Matrix, obviously,
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say
like
the
he's
same thing.
incredible in The Matrix, but like he's so good in this.
Yeah, he's
and
really
it's
good.
like this. So this is when he met the Wachowskis, and then he was like in 3 of their movies, or I'm counting Sense8 because he's in that too, which is a TV show. It's a Netflix show that the Wachowskis did, and he's in it.
Okay.
But he's in this, The Matrix, and that. I don't know if he's in anything else of theirs.
He wasn't in that Jupiter movie.
A great failing of mine is I have not seen Cloud Atlas or Jupiter Ascending.
I know he's not in Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
Or if he is, he's got like heavy makeup on.
Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
He is in Yellowface, maybe.
Possibly. And then I never saw Jupiter Ascending.
I want to. I've always meant to.
Mm-hmm.
I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I want to watch this movie and have a cool take on it. And I'm afraid I won't. So I've been hesitant to do it. But I really want to like it. Yeah. I'm scared. Will.
I understand, dude. Hey, not every one of their movies is great. And you got to be okay with that. You do have to be okay
I've
with
loved
that.
every single one of their movies I've seen. I can say that. And I think that's why I'm afraid to take the plunge.
Dude, hey, look, you can join me in my my Neil Blomkamp hesitancy.
I would never bring them down to that level.
Hey, fuck off.
Even his his District 9 is not The Matrix.
It's better.
No, it's
better.
District 9 did not change cinema forever.
It changed me. Okay, let's talk about this movie.
Okay, back to Bound.
Yeah.
The film was written and directed by Lana and Lily Wachowski, who you may know as the trans sisters that brought us such glorious films as V for Vendetta, Speed Racer, and a little franchise known as The Matrix. Now,
you had fun writing that one, didn't you?
Yeah, of course. Now, to be clear, the Wachowskis had not yet transitioned when they made this film. In fact, they were a few years away from doing so. Many years, I think.
Many years.
I meant to look up the exact amount.
2000s.
It was at least 10 years, maybe more.
It was more than that.
It was.
Because one of them did it before the other one.
Right. And then the other one had to come out publicly, like, because someone was about to out her. I think it was a tabloid.
Speed Racer, I believe, was the one that had the tag for Wachowski's siblings. So I want to say it was in between.
And that was 2007 or 8. I remember watching that movie and being like, is this good? Because everyone told me it was bad. And then I remember getting the Blu-ray. I know now.
Yeah.
I know now. I got the Blu-ray and watched it with our friend Wes.
Oh, right.
And we were like, wait, this rules. Yeah, but so they had not yet transitioned when Bound came out. In fact, they were a long ways away from it.
I did like that in the credits it was done. It says filmed by the Wachowskis.
They have gone back and
they changed it.
Yes, they edited the credits.
Oh no shit! I was going to use that as a point of like they knew way back in the day. Maybe they did know, but
so the credits did not. But I think this movie,
100%
is proof that they knew.
Yeah,
like whether or not it was conscious. It was at least subconscious.
100%.
That's what I was getting at, though, with this.
Yeah.
And I think this whole movie, people like to point at The Matrix and say the whole thing's a trans allegory, even though I think even Lana has come out and been like, we didn't write it like that, but if you want to read into it like that, fine. Like, you know what? Maybe. It was subconscious, if so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's been her official stance on that. And, don't let an author tell you what a work is about because, like, things are coming out of their subconscious that they don't realize.
Yeah,
Stephen King loves to be like, oh, no, don't read into it. And it's like, Stephen, come on, buddy. We can read you like a fucking book.
Yeah.
All of your characters are self-inserts.
It's true.
But yeah, and I definitely think you can look at this movie and be like, okay, yeah.
It definitely has a style to it.
I'm hesitating to say too much because I'm going to make a good joke later about this too.
Oh, you had way too much fun writing the fucking script for this.
I did. I know. But yeah, it's nice seeing this so early in their career, knowing that they would eventually
100%
transition.
Yeah,
and I think it gives you nice insight into the feelings and the attitudes of the pair, and how even as men they saw how society viewed women. Because I know, and especially there's an essay inside the Criterion booklet included with this book called "Be Gay, Do Crime," by the way, where the author. She's like, we walked into this knowing it was made by men and we were expecting to be annoyed or revolted by it. And then we walked out, and I'm paraphrasing here. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually using her official words.
Yeah. But
she said, my girlfriend and I walked out and we're like, wow, I actually liked that. It felt real, and it's because they got it, kind of thing.
At a certain point, I want to make a connection to what they were showing on film and Clive Barker, but not at this moment in time.
Okay, when we get into the plot, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So the premise of Bound, because a lot of people have not seen this movie. I don't know if I've ever met another person.
When you texted me, you were so excited because you did it in all caps. You're like, Will, I know what we got to talk about.
Yeah.
It's this movie called Bound by the Wachowskis. And I was like,
to me, this was the perfect ending to Pride Month.
Yeah, I was like, sure, whatever that is. And I assumed that it was old because I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't look into it because I like to go into a lot of these things blind. But I did ask a pair of lesbians that I know about the film. I was like, hey, because they were older. And I was like, hey, have you guys ever seen the movie Bound? And one of them goes, oh, yeah, that's a great movie.
Oh, yes, I love that.
I was like, oh, shit, we got the seal of approval from two older lesbians. And so like when I turned it on and I saw I had to pause it to turn on the subtitles, and I saw Gina Gershon and
Jennifer Tilly.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, we are so in.
Yeah, I know you got excited. And the movie wastes no time showing you.
Well, it wasn't even that too. Like, obviously, like it revved up immediately, but I recognized Gina Gershon from Showgirls, and I really like that movie. Yeah. And obviously Jennifer Tilly is like horror royalty. Oh, yeah. So I was very excited to see them on the thing and like doing a gay film in the 90s. Yeah, which wasn't too big of a
still
thing.
Felt kind of taboo unless it's an art movie, and even then it's going to be probably a tragedy,
right?
And I think this movie would be a great double billing with
Love Lies Bleeding.
Love Lies Bleeding.
I know.
Exactly.
And that was our first film. Yeah. And it's like poetry. It fucking rhymes, dude.
Will, this is why I got so excited when I was like, we have to cover Bound. It's perfect.
It is perfect. It's like this movie was made in retrospect for this.
Yeah. And it came out like 20 years prior to Love Lies Bleeding. Or 30.
So
my God. Yeah. But yeah, the premise is tough ex-con Corky and her lover Violet concoct a scheme to steal millions of stashed mob money and pin the blame on Violet's crooked boyfriend, Caesar. It's kind of a basic plot. It's very like, it's 96, so it feels like a Tarantino-inspired crime or a Brian De Palma even.
I can see Tarantino, yeah. I don't think I've watched any of Brian De Palma's films.
He's done a lot of crime movies. Scarface, I'm sure you've seen. That's like his most famous one, maybe.
Yes. I like Scarface. And basic.
What they're really pulling from, though, is like Hitchcock and Billy Wilder. Yeah. Because there's a lot of like tension and like, but and they've never made another movie like this.
No, they haven't. Everything else
because it's so good.
Everything else has been like very fantastical. This is like very rooted in realism.
Yeah,
I could see this happening like on the news.
It was a very mid 90s movie, because like after Pulp Fiction, it's all people were kind of, there was a flood of these kinds of movies, if you will.
Yeah,
a lot of them not good. Some of them okay, but this one really, I think, sneaks under the radar. Like, it wasn't a splash when it came out. It barely made its budget back. I'm spoiling that a little bit. I'm sorry.
I was like, yeah. But like, once again, I've never heard of this film until right now.
That's the thing. Every time I mention this movie to people, there's a blank face. And I'm like, yeah, the Wachowskis did not start with The Matrix. They made this.
That's wild.
And it's like, go check it out. It's fun.
It's good. Yeah.
And especially if I'm talking to a lesbian. I'm like,
yeah, no, this is for you.
This movie. Like, you don't know what I'm saying. Like, I know, like 96, no, it's going to be full of like the male gaze. I'm like, no, it's not. So the movie had a budget of $6 million and it grossed $7 million. I'm not even going to try and quiz you on it because I spoiled it.
I was like, when you said, I was like, oh, I'm going to guess the shit like right on the fucking money.
Does it feel like a $6 million movie though?
No. Hold on.
Like,
I think.
Do you feel like they used their budget? Because I ask you this on every movie. I feel like I should ask.
Because I have to remember that practical effects were more expensive than computer effects, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if there's any computer stuff.
There isn't, but there's a lot of squibs.
There's a surprising amount of blood in this.
So like I'm assuming like that, the location, everybody's salaries, but I can't imagine everybody getting like a lot of money. So
there's not like a ton of big names. It's not like Gina and Jennifer were expensive to get, or Joey.
No, or Joey, yeah. Do you think it was shot? Was it shot on location?
No, it's all sets.
It's a set. Then
it's the Paramount lot specifically.
It had to have been
most of the movies in 2 apartments too.
Yeah, it had to have been the squibs. It had to have been.
So a lot of the money I know went to the camera work.
Oh,
and in fact, they had a different DP. I'm going to get into the director of photography, by the way, because he's my fucking goat.
Yeah,
but they had a different DP lined up, and he was looking at the shooting script because the Wachowskis like. They kind of know their camera movements. They know what they want, because if you look at the script for The Matrix, they did storyboards and they're like, we want the camera to pan like this and do this. And it's because they're very visual. They read a lot of comic books and watch a lot of anime and they know, and watch a ton of movies.
Yeah.
And they know what they want the camera to do.
Yeah.
And so when they communicated with their first DP, he was like, I don't know who it was. I just know it was a guy, but he was like, I can't do that with this amount of money. I'm out. And so they met Bill Pope.
Okay.
Who was their director of cinematography on most of their movies. He did all the Matrix
afterwards.
Movies. From here on out.
Yeah.
He did most of all of the Matrix movies. I don't know if he did Cloud Atlas and Jupiter Ascending. I'm pretty sure he did Speed Racer. He also does Edgar Wright's movies.
Oh.
So Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and what have you.
It's this guy.
He also did, this is going to hit, ready? If there was a live audience, it would pop. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Oh, fuck you. Burp, burp, burp.
What?
I don't like Sam Raimi.
But you like the Spider-Man movies.
I liked
1 and 2 are...
1 and 2 are good. I don't like that third one.
We don't have to talk about the third one. The third one isn't Bill Pope's fault.
Dude,
it's whoever wrote that fucking script.
It leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. I
know, but
it's okay.
Spider-Man 1 and 2 were monumental.
They were like,
yeah. 2 is still maybe the best Spider-Man movie.
Everybody says that.
Go back and watch it and tell me you're not in tears at how good and wonderful it is. Also,
yes,
he's just a kid, no younger than my son. Come on, Will. The most quoted Spider-Man thing. And also the when they're throwing cans at the Green Goblin. Like, you mess with New York, you mess with all of us. Anyway.
It's been so long since I've seen those movies.
Bill Pope was the guy on those movies that's like, hey, to get Spider-Man flinging through the city, let's attach a camera to like the end of a rope at the bottom of a helicopter. And then we'll just CGI in Spider-Man over that.
That's brilliant.
And that's how they get like those super good shots of him swinging through the city.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, obviously the guy's great at dynamic camera work. Like, specific, like, not to jump into the film, but like specifically when the two women are getting it on, like, it's the way that it pans around.
There's a lot to talk about that scene too, so we're not going to blow our load on it right now. So but yeah,
like, there's that, and there's also like he does the chest camera, like
like when Caesar freaks out.
Yes,
and there's a stable rig attached to him with the camera,
and like I can't think of anything from the fucking 90s or even before that where they do a shot like that. Like nothing comes to my head, so it's almost like
Bill's doing shit.
Yeah, he's doing stuff.
He does shit in this movie that he does in The Matrix, and you're like, oh, he was still working shit out.
Yeah,
because there's like overhead shots where like it shows like it'll pan over like the top of the apartments and switch over from one apartment to the other. Or when the cops are going up the elevator, there's all kinds of camera movements that you're like, oh, they do this in The Matrix, and it feels otherworldly, and it's like showing you like how intense this is, and it's beautiful.
He's very good at what he does,
and it's stuff that you can fake with CGI, but it doesn't feel as good,
right?
Because when you're doing it like, on set, you have to build the set around it. To like, you have to take out a wall or take out the ceiling so that the camera can move around like that. But like, it makes it look so much better.
It was one of my favorite things about Saw, actually.
Oh, the original
franchises. Yeah. But the first 1 and 3, because I don't remember if 2 did any of them.
Right.
But they were getting really cool with their transitions. They were like, yeah, this is like my thing. And now every chance James Wan gets, he throws in a really neat transition. It's like the only thing that I like about him is the transitions. I remember in Malignant, there's like, I don't care for that film,
but there's some fun ones in that one.
They're fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, clever camera work like that, I do appreciate.
Great shit. But when they signed on Bill Pope, he's like, I can handle this. I've got some cheap guys. So apparently he knew some crew members that would take a cheaper rate that he could get it done with. And
that's tight. That's good.
Man, they squeeze every ounce of that.
Oh, 100%.
Also, I think I'm going to hit on this in the trivia later, but the Wachowskis had to shop this around for a while. All the studios kept saying, make Corky a man. And the Wachowskis were adamant. They're like, no, that's been done a million times before. We don't think it's interesting.
No.
And they went to Dino De Laurentiis, who is kind of a sleazeball.
I don't know who that is.
He's a really shady movie producer, allegedly. Who's allegedly kind of a slime ball.
Okay.
And he also tried to talk them into making Corky a man, and they were like, no. And he's like, okay. And he's like, well, I'll give you the money. You do what you want. But like kept it low, obviously. He's like, I can only give you $6 million for this. And I think he was happy with it. Now, I need to clear up something. It's a story I've perpetuated on this show.
Okay.
I am fairly certain I've said in the past that the Wachowskis made this movie before The Matrix to kind of like show studios that they could handle the script for The Matrix. Like they wrote it and it was too like going to be too big budget and too expensive looking, that studios were worried that they wouldn't be able to handle it because they hadn't directed a movie before. And so they made this movie to kind of show that like, no, we can, as an audition. And Dino De Laurentiis tells that story. The Wachowskis have said that's not true. They wrote this, then they wrote The Matrix. They wrote this movie because this is what they wanted to do.
It's the story they wanted to tell.
And then when they finished it and it was released, then they sat down and wrote The Matrix.
Okay.
It was not, like an auditioning kind of thing. It was just, this was just their first movie. That's what it was. I've told that story to people, and I think I've said it on the show, and I just want to clear that up.
I don't
remember
the
misconception.
story, because if I did, then I would remember pitching Bound.
Yeah. Because it still says it in the trivia.
Oh, okay.
But then Lana Wachowski has been on record being like, no, that's not true.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to be real clear about that.
Well, that would also make sense that they had written this one. I mean, like they knew the vision that they wanted to make, because clearly they didn't compromise on making Corky a man.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah, this was not just.
It's a good thing that they didn't too, because
I'm glad they stuck to their guns on it.
The story would not have been interesting, I don't think.
No, and it's a compromise that would not have been.
Yeah,
it would have been detrimental to the movie significantly.
Yeah.
So the film has. Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes score?
No.
Do you want to take a guess at that?
Ooh, so this came out in the 90s, but Priscilla had like a 90 something. So
Priscilla is a beloved movie by critics. Yeah,
let's
and
go.
Audiences.
But I've never heard of this one, so let's go 86.
God damn, 87. Yeah, congratulations, Will. You've won nothing. Film critic Roger Ebert for the Chicago Sun-Times gave the film an enthusiastic 4 out of 4 stars, saying, "Bound is one of those movies that works you up, wrings you out, and leaves you gasping. It's pure cinema." Jesus, he almost did the meme. Spread over several genres. Folks, the man loves hot woman.
This is true. I was about to actually make a comment being like, he gave this 4 stars, but gave fucking Priscilla 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Roger.
He does 2 out of 4. So it's a lower scale,
still,
to be fair, but yeah.
Still.
In her review of Bound for Entertainment Weekly, critic Lisa Schwarzenbaum gave the film a B+, writing, "This clever, eye-catching, highly stylized, faux chic caper features A, Coen Brothers-style gore, B, Scorsese-style mob double crossings, and C, Canada Royale-style erotica, and D, Joe Esterhaaz-style lesbians. Schwing." I loved that a woman ended a movie review with schwing.
That's really funny.
Which is I know from Wayne's World, a euphemism for getting a boner.
Yeah.
Over on Letterboxd, user Comrade Yui.
That's right. You told me you told me.
I told you I've got a banger from Yui on the show.
Until right now. Oh my God. What did they say?
Comrade Yui. It's kind of long. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, so was their fucking Rebel Moon one.
It's not the Rebel Moon long. Comrade Yui gave the film 5 stars, writing, "The female gaze, also the female gaze, Gays, as much as I like the Wachowski sisters' more unfettered and messy post-2008 efforts to subvert and shake up the blockbuster form, I must confess that the more controlled style of the Matrix trilogy and Bound is much more congenial to my personal taste. This is a concise, mannered noir, poised on that perfect axis between self-aware burlesque and the meat and potatoes genre fixations from the 2 ladies who have an unarguable vision behind the camera. From the very beginning, they've been obsessed with the illusion of choice and the choice beyond illusions."
All right, hold on. I got to say it.
Yeah.
Their Rebel Moon thing had to be a shit post. There's no fucking way.
We have to revisit that. I almost want to interview this person. You think I should reach out to Comrade Yui and be like, "You want to be on the show and talk about that shit?"
I would love to, because
like, listen, you've been a staple of our show for a little bit now.
Every single take except the Rebel Moon one has been 100% correct.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
why did
going
they write
forward.
that?
Every time we cover a movie, I'm going to find what Comrade Yui said about it. And Comrade Yui, extensive Letterboxd reviews.
You told me this.
My God.
You've told me this.
I am scrolling through them and I haven't even heard of most of them.
That's crazy.
It's fucking wild.
I remember you sending me that Rebel Moon one and being like, look at what this fuck ass wrote. And it was like 5 paragraphs.
Additionally, another Letterboxd reviewer, Kyle Amato, gave the film 4.5 stars, writing, "And people thought 2 boys made this." That is the joke I almost made earlier. I had to stop myself because I didn't want to spoil it.
That's so funny.
Okay.
I love it.
How good are the outfits in this movie?
Well, dude, the Wachowskis definitely have like a style.
The first scene,
yeah,
we get Gina and Jennifer in like Neo and Trinity style leather and sunglasses, as if they were just about to shoot up the lobby in the Matrix.
It's true. Like they were both. If I had seen this movie in the 90s, but as a 35-year-old man, I would have been like, man, this is crazy. You don't see like 2 like goths, in films like this.
Yeah.
It seemed almost like such a rare thing that you can see the Wachowskis' style oozing through what the characters are wearing.
Yeah.
Like, as you said, Gina Gershon's, wearing kind of baggy pants, so leather jacket and a tank top. because she's about to go do a lot of manual labor. I know that I like wearing tank tops when I go do manual labor.
She's very blue collar coded, and it feels authentic because, spoiler alert, the Wachowskis were carpenters before they were filmmakers.
No way.
So the kind of work that she's doing, they did for real.
That's wild.
I even read a thing where they were saying like sometimes they would go to apartments and like a lady would answer the door dressed like a pinup model and like lingerie and like a big robe, kind of like Jennifer Tilly wears in some scenes.
Yeah.
And they would be like, they'd have to be like, you couldn't react to that. You just had to act like it was normal, you know?
I've heard stories from friends of mine of the same thing. And then, Jennifer Tilly's character, it sounds just like that. I mean, she does that in this film. And also like what she's wearing and her hairstyle is very reminiscent of like, kind of like a 90s Betty Boop.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes sense.
A sex pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
a pinup model, like I said earlier, you know, that's exactly what she's going for. Yeah.
And they have such main character energy in how they look too. Like, okay, I know you don't watch a lot of anime, but there's a fun game called Spot the Protagonist, you know, whenever there's a school scene and like everybody looks the same except for the protagonist. He's got like crazy hair or whatever.
I think anime is easier because they spend more details in the drawings on them too.
This is true. But like everybody else is a mobster or, you know, just some bar lesbian
wearing like shitty baggy clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then like Gina and Jennifer look like fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they're just about to jack out of the Matrix, you know?
Basically, yeah. So it was just, it was funny to see like right on rip, like the Wachowskis have always had a specific style and it's right there on screen.
It's Chicago goth.
Is that what it is?
I am just, you know, freewheeling off the top of my head from what I know they're into, you know. But yeah, Corky's always wearing the coolest, I think, butch mask is what you would call it, clothes. And Violet is wearing big titty goth GF clothes, if you will. I had a boss years ago when I was like 19, 20 at a really shitty retail job that reminds me of Corky in this movie. Like she was a lot like her. And like, I've lost touch with her, obviously. Like, I don't keep in touch with anybody from that job, but I hope she's doing well. She was so cool. She worked for the Peace Corps at a high school, and I thought that was so cool. I would always ask her about it. I'm like, I should have done that. That's so interesting. Really I was like, what was that like? You know?
Well, we're not even on the first scene. The first scene is Gina Gershon tied up, and what is the movie phrase that is
media res?
Media res. Thank you.
We see her tied. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the summary. The movie opens in media res with Gina Gershon's character is tied up in a closet.
She's bound.
She is literally bound. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to try and do that as much as possible.
Okay, no problem.
Because it's fun.
It is fun.
But there's like, we're getting a bunch of like quotes said from various parts of the movie that don't really make sense. But they will obviously over time. So then we cut back to the beginning where we meet Corky, played by Gina Gershon, and we learn that she has been hired to extensively renovate this Chicago apartment. She is a butch lesbian, as we learn, who has recently been released from jail after a 5-year stint for robbery, or as she refers to it, redistribution of wealth.
Yeah.
We know she's a comrade.
I like that.
Honestly, the coolest way to describe being a robber.
I saw that and I was like, damn, I've heard that before.
It's so cool.
So good.
And then Corky meets her neighbor, Violet, played by Jennifer Tilly, in an elevator. And Violet invites Corky over to her apartment eventually through like a ruse about an earring in a sink funny. Seduces her. They are interrupted. Do we want to say the act they're performing? Because it's funny because this isn't my child is listening.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just skip over that.
You're good.
So
they're caught in the act.
They are caught in the act. They are interrupted, rather, by the arrival of Violet's boyfriend, Caesar, played by Joe Joe Pantoliano.
Yes.
What a fun name.
It is a very fun name.
And Caesar initially thinks Corky is a man because he sees her from behind with like the tank top and the short hair and starts freaking out and becomes enraged. And then realizes that Corky is a woman and then completely calms down and feels.
And that is the main reason why it is so important that Corky is a woman in this movie.
It is very important for this because he then assumes that she's non-threatening completely.
Exactly.
It takes him so long to put together that her and Violet are the ones.
He doesn't respect women.
Yeah.
Because he beats Violet.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He doesn't respect women.
He could never fathom that they're the ones two-timing him.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the fucking crux of the film.
Yeah.
You can't do that if Corky is a dude. You could not have this movie.
If he thought of Corky as like another person, another man, he would have put it together way sooner.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's that's
funny.
Such a like a we like Rian Johnson and his subversion of expectations and shit, but like this is a neat subversion of the trope of like a cheating spouse in film. Like he's immediately disarmed and like, oh, whatever, it's just another chick.
Right. And it's so funny seeing him immediately calm down.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's because you're a piece of shit too. Mm-hmm. Like you would never in a million years think that your girlfriend would be intimate with a woman now.
Exactly. By erasure.
Yeah. So Corky leaves after having an awkward conversation with Caesar where he like drags out of her that she's been released from jail and all
they
this
both
stuff.
Know the same mob boss or something like that?
Well, I guess it's the neighbor.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like Caesar's like, oh, I know he only hires ex-cons. So what were you in for? And all that stuff.
That's what it was. And he gives her money too.
Yeah. He's like, if you don't take it, I know to watch you because, we're good people, blah, blah. He does, she immediately figures out that he's mobbed up because he's being so mobby.
we passed over like the whole, like they do the porno trope. Like she fixes the drain. It was really easy.
You're right.
And Jennifer Tilly's like, how can I thank you? I have no money.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't worry about it. Corky's like, don't worry about it. And
Corky is kind of refusing her advances, but Jennifer Tilly's laying it on so fucking hard.
Like, is there any way I can repay you with anything?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is straight up like...
Violet eventually just straight up puts her hand on her and is like, and she's like, I know what you're doing. And she's like, what am I doing?
What am I doing?
But yeah, this movie wasted no time.
Doing that shit, yeah.
Like when you texted me, you're like, oh, damn, I really like these ladies. And I was like, buddy, just wait. You got about 5 minutes till you see them naked.
It was so funny.
So yeah, Corky leaves after having an awkward conversation with Caesar, and then later Violet approaches her and takes, they go to Corky's apartment where they have sex.
And that
very choreographed sex scene.
Haley was coming out of the room after putting our kid down, and I'm like silently beckoning her over.
You're like waving her over.
You have to watch this. This is fucking crazy. Like this is a fucking movie that Jared's got me watching.
After they have sex, Violet tells Corky that her and Caesar have been together for 5 years. And Corky's like, he's mobster, right? And she's like, yeah, how'd you know?
How'd you know?
Now, let's talk about the scene for a minute, the sex scene.
The camera work is amazing.
Yeah, it was very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
The camera work was like choreographed heavily from the beginning. There was a lot of work that went into it. Jennifer Tilly has talked extensively about it and saying like it was one of the like most technical scenes I've ever done. Like it was so cool and beautiful. And she was like, doing a sex scene with a woman it was so nice and different because I didn't feel weird or threatened. Yeah. And like we were helping each other.
Yeah.
Because I'm paraphrasing from what I remember from the quote, but she's like, I could tell Gina like to hold my boob or my butt a certain way so that it would look better and to cover up certain parts of me, and she's like, and then they would, the directors, Wachowskis would yell out like different body parts as the camera was scrolling past us. And so that way we knew to like, oh, curl my toes as it hits my foot. And then like, spasm my hand as it goes over my hand, like that kind of shit.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And yeah, it was like such a fun, good take. They did it like I think they did 8 takes. It was all one long shot.
Yeah, it was one long shot.
And they did that for 2 reasons. 1, because it's more intimate. And 2, they were worried Dino, the producer, was going to like recut it and splice in stuff and make it like porny.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, if we do this in all one long take, he can't do that. It'll be untouchable. Also, very important, the Wachowskis worked with Susie Bright, who was a prominent feminist, author, and journalist. And she was in the credits, a technical consultant for the sex scenes.
Okay, well, she was an intimacy coordinator, like the first instance of this?
I wrote in here an early version of what we know today as an intimacy coordinator.
That's cool.
Yeah, so before that was a thing, the Wachowskis hired her to do this.
Look at that.
I know.
I bet you they maybe had a concern, like, oh, it's these 2 perverts, filming women fucking.
No, hold on.
Oh,
hold on.
Okay,
it's cooler than that.
All right, let's hear
and
it.
Also, she's in the movie. You saw her.
Was she one of the lesbians? Was she the bartender?
Dude, not only that, all of those people in the bar were her friends.
That's That's fucking awesome.
So the Wachowskis were fans of her, right? They already knew her. She is prominent, like, in feminism and among lesbians and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Because even the essay inside the Criterion booklet was like, oh, my girlfriend and I knew who this was and that she worked on this movie. So that they knew that going into the movie
that's cool.
in 96, you know. But the Wachowskis were fans of Bright and sent her a copy of the script with a letter asking her to be an extra in the film. So she read the script and loved it, particularly as it was about women enjoying having sex and not apologizing for it.
Mm-hmm.
But she was disappointed that they never described exactly what happens in the sex scenes. So she asked if she could be a consultant for the film, and the Wachowskis agreed. Bright also appears as Jessie, the woman Corky tries to pick up in the bar, but then
the other one comes up.
like a cop walks up and says, like, when did you get out? You know, and chases her off.
It also seemed like the cop was that other person's, like...
Right. Was already with her. Yeah. Also, the extras in the bar scene were Bright's friends and, at quote, real life San Francisco dykes. End quote.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But yeah.
That's awesome.
And
that's great.
Yeah. I want to give proper credit, by the way, to the lady that wrote this essay in the Criterion booklet. So the essay is called Be Gay, Do Crime, and it's by Mackenzie Wark, W-A-R-K. It's a fabulous essay. It's on the inside booklet on Bound, the 4K, you know, Blu-ray that you can buy.
Yeah.
But Mackenzie says that, like, everything about this movie felt so right and lived in. Like, even the lesbians in the bar felt like people that I know.
Exactly.
And I was like, that's so wonderful.
That's what I was going to get about Clive Barker, right?
Right. And a lot of the gay scene is accurately represented because he knew it. Yeah.
But he was a closeted gay man. And,
right.
And he was making the Hellraiser movies as a closeted gay man.
Right.
And you could tell, you could feel like the Wachowskis knew these people, had been to these bars before.
I think that's why when they came out as trans, everyone was like, oh my God. And like we've spent the next 20, 30 years being like, oh my God, it was all there. We were so dumb.
Exactly.
You know?
and it felt like a very similar thing. You know?
And
we could even make a comparison to Stephen Elliott, who did Priscilla, because he wasn't out either.
Is it? Oh fuck! It's
Stephen Elliott.
Stephen Elliott, I think it was. Yeah.
I mean, like,
right. He came out in like 2012, like way after the movie
came out. But these were people that he knew clearly.
Right. Yeah, and even the conversations between all the gay men in that movie, straight actors but gay characters,
yes,
feel so realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, pinning that.
Yeah.
Are Gina Gershon and I know Jennifer Tilly's not gay.
No, neither
of them. So it's another.
Yeah. In fact, Jennifer Tilly used to be married to Sam Simon, one of the original creators of The Simpsons.
Oh, no shit.
And when they divorced, she never remarried, probably because she gets sick into like residuals from that still.
Oh, word. That makes sense.
Yeah, so she's never remarried. Gina, I don't know too much about. I just know that she's straight because I remember confirming that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, her agent at the time told her not to do this movie. She's like, or I don't know what gender her agent was. I assume it was a guy.
Yeah.
But her agent told her that don't do this movie. Like playing a lesbian is going to ruin your career, you know, in 96. And she was like, fuck off. I like this script. And then she ended up firing her agent afterwards, you know, and she still says to this day, it was like one of her favorite roles.
Excellent.
I mean,
right. I mean, you're
not a wide swath of great work, unfortunately. She does a lot of Broadway and stage production stuff too, but not in a ton of high-profile movies, unfortunately.
I was just gonna say, like, this is another movie with straight people playing gay characters because it's the 90s,
right? I did pick it for Pride Month though because obviously they weren't at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they just weren't out, I guess.
Yeah.
But the creators are trans, so hell fucking yeah,
makes sense.
And it's also was a prominent lesbian movie in '96.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Priscilla, it was an early film that, you know, it didn't feature gay actors, but because the characters were gay, and they were like, if not positive, at least like realistic portrayals,
exactly,
you know, in a way that humanized them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, this is a crime movie, so
yeah.
But they are the protagonists that you're rooting for, at least, you know, because they commit crime, but it's
a redistribution of wealth. It's okay.
It's for the best.
They're stealing from bad people.
You're not mad at them for the crimes they commit. They're committing crimes against bad people. At least, so there's that. Anyway, back to the plot. So one day, Corky overhears Violet have sex with a man named Shelley.
A different dude entirely,
Yeah, through the walls, because the walls in this apartment building are very thin, apparently. That's an important detail in the movie. And Shelley is a mob accountant that works with Caesar. And Corky confronts Violet about this later. And Violet explains that she says to Corky, I don't have sex with men. Corky kind of balks at that. And when I first saw this movie years ago, I thought that Violet was implying that she was a sex worker.
And that's what my wife picked up from it.
So that might be the implication here. But really what I think, and I did some reading about this later, what I really think Violet's actually saying is we all did things to survive. You know, she's like, I don't criticize you for stealing and going to jail. You don't criticize me for, you know, the men that I associate with kind of thing. You definitely get the impression that she's not proud of it and she wouldn't be having relations with him if she had a choice in the matter is the feeling I'm getting.
Do you think she did that in order to figure out the total sum of the money so that she could?
I think you could take that away from it for sure. Because it helps figure out, we haven't gotten to it yet, but it's how she figures out how to get an escape plan for them, basically.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, she probably knew because she had a conversation with Corky about what she was in for after the conversation with Caesar. And that's when Corky's like, redistribution of wealth. And so you know that that's robbery. And so I have a feeling Violet used her connection with the people in the mob to kind of assume what was coming and then utilize Corky's skill.
By having relations with Shelley, maybe she was able to get details on like what he was doing with the money and where it was and and that she was able to figure out like how they could obtain it. You know, I think that's reasonable and a reasonable assumption to make. Yeah. But yeah, it's nice to see them kind of get at each other's throat a little bit. And then Violet just immediately shuts Corky down. She's like, listen, like that's not love though, basically is what she's saying.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, don't criticize me. We've all done things we're not proud of, kind of is what she's saying, basically.
By erasure once again. Corky is very
but it's not she's not choosing, like she doesn't want to have sex with him, basically. Right. Now, a few days later,
but you can't.
Caesar and his mob associates drag Shelley to Caesar's apartment and begin violently torturing him in the bathroom for information on money that he stole from them. Corky and Violet overhear this through different rooms. Violet is distraught by the scene occurring in her bathroom and later sees Corky and confesses that she wants to get away from Caesar and needs Corky's help to do so. She informs Corky that Caesar will soon have $2 million in cash, which feels very quaint these days now, in his apartment, recovered from Shelley's embezzlement, and that Corky and Violet then plot a scheme to steal the money and run away without the mob on their back. Corky prepares a plan for Violet that she is narrating as it's occurring, which is really fun. It's like the Ocean's movies kind of do that. Well,
I've never seen those.
Some of them kind of do this, where you're learning the plan as it's happening, so that it's not too much setup. Like I love when they do that because it's like, okay, here's the plan, and then you're actually watching it occur.
Happen. Yeah,
but then things change,
of course.
But we watch Caesar return from retrieving the cash. He is carrying a paper bag full of cash, and he's covered in blood. All of it's covered in blood. Especially the money. He comes running in. Violet freaks out and he's like, no, don't worry. It's not my blood.
Yes. Oh, it's not mine.
He explains that the violence prone Johnny, who is one of his mob associates, played by Christopher Maloney.
Who is a comedian?
Kinda. I think he was at one point because he's in Wet Hot American Summer and he's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the cook in that.
He's the cook in that. He's been on.
Everybody knows him as the Law and Order SVU guy. He's the guy.
He is the guy. That's right.
He's Stabler.
That's it.
For the listener, he's Detective Stabler, the SVU
My
guy.
wife was like, where do I know this guy from? I was like, oh, it's Wet Hot American Summer.
But no, he was like a really goofy actor prior to that show, and which is so funny. And he's a goofy man in real life. I love him.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
He also does video game voices too.
He does. Yeah. I think he likes to, he makes so much money from Law and Order that he just does goofy side work.
That's nice. You know? Lucky him.
Yeah. Great dude. He seems like a real mensch of a guy.
Yeah.
He has a daughter. I think he's like a real big proponent of the gay community. Anyway, so Christopher Maloney, awesome dude. he plays like this hot-headed mobster who is the son of the crime boss that they work for. But Caesar's explaining to Violet that he got carried away, Christopher Maloney's character, and killed Shelley, the accountant, and blew
his head off.
Caesar, and blew his head off, and Caesar got mad and punched him, and so there's some animosity between them because Johnny, Christopher Maloney's character, is like a hothead, and Caesar can't stand that. Now, Caesar spends hours cleaning the blood from the bills of the money. He's sitting there like literally laundering the money.
Just washing that off and and
then he sits there and steam irons each one to like dry it, and he's like hanging it all across the apartment. Really beautiful
it's a cool
scene.
Shot.
Yeah, where you see all these like $100 bills just strung up across the apartment. It's really cool. And he's just sitting there in his underwear, his boxers, like ironing all the money. It's so cool.
Hot. He's been doing it for hours.
He looks good.
Oh yeah, he's in great shape.
Yeah.
This isn't the only time we see him without the shirt on.
Well, when we say great shape, you might be picturing like
he's not ripped.
Superhero actor that's been like not drinking water for a week and like has been working out and doing HGH and like insane muscle tone. No, he just looks like an ideal, like that's what I want to look like, and I wouldn't have to kill myself to look like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
He looks good for his age,
and
he's
I know
in his 30s or 40s. Yeah,
and I know he got liposuction for the Matrix because he jokes about it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Because he was like, I just kind of, told the producers, I'm like, I'm gonna need liposuction for this because I got to be fit, and he's like, I didn't really need it, but they paid for it. Joe Pants is so cool. Fucking, he has a foundation for actors that have like depression and anxiety.
Oh, okay.
And it's called, oh, hey, no kidding, me too. Because every time he talks to another actor with it, that's what they say.
Oh, hey, no kidding, me too. That's great. That's fantastic.
It's so cool. I love him so much.
He's a silly little dude.
He's such a cool dude, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I have to get that out. Oh, hey, no kidding, me too.
That's good.
You can even picture him saying it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Because he's like 1,000% fucking Italian, Jesus.
Caesar's been, painstakingly cleaning this money. Afterwards, he's taking a shower, and Corky and Violet's scheme begin. So Violet intentionally breaks a fancy bottle of scotch that they were going to share with the mobsters when they arrived to pick up the money later.
Mm-hmm.
And so she tells Caesar and says, like, I have to go out and buy more. Now, as she leaves the apartment, Corky sneaks in, steals the money out from the briefcase, and switches it with some newspaper for the weight. And then Violet returns with the scotch and then apologizes to Caesar for missing the meeting. And Caesar's like, no, what are you talking about? Like, they haven't come yet. And she's like, well, that's weird. I saw Johnny downstairs. And this makes Caesar panic, as planned. And he starts freaking out and thinking, why is Johnny here? Is he trying to set me up or fuck me over, Then he goes and checks on the money in the briefcase, sees that it's gone. And that's when they do the stable cam shot on his face where he's freaking out.
It's so good. Well, what's funny too is there's a couple of neat little context clues that the Wachowskis give you about Caesar's character.
Yeah.
And he's a professional. That's why he doesn't like Johnny.
He tries to be cool under pressure.
He does.
Yeah.
And he does not let nothing slips past him. Yeah, in a way, right?
He's observational, kind of.
Except
except for his blind spots, which are women. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when Tilly's giving him the details of her fake story, she says that Gino, I guess she saw Johnny and Gino together, and he's like, "How'd you see Gino? His plane doesn't live for another hour." Yeah. He knows all the details when it comes to his plan.
Right. Right. Because he's not an
idiot. He's not an idiot.
Yeah.
No, he's actually smart.
He's dumber than our protagonist, but he's not a complete moron.
Would you say our protagonist is Violet, not Corky?
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, I think that's fair to say for sure. Because it feels like it's Corky, but then it switches to Violet
almost immediately.
By this point,
yes.
And for most of the movie, truly, it really is. And I like that because it's almost like she's going to be the femme fatale. But she's our protagonist looking for an escape, trying to get out from under this man's, clutches kind of thing. And from the schemes, So Caesar's freaking out. Now, Corky and Violet plan that he's going to freak out and decide to run.
That's right.
Giving them the ability to escape with the money, and then the mob will go after Caesar thinking that he stole it
and ran, yeah.
However, Caesar thinks running is a bad idea. I think Violet tries to suggest to him that he should run, and he's like, no. I'm not going to do that because then they'll come after me.
It's like, I'm not a fucking idiot. He isn't that stupid.
Yeah.
He just has
they think he's more
spots.
panicky than he is, and he doesn't do that. So he decides to go through with the meeting, but accuse Johnny of stealing it. So Gino, Johnny, and Gino's bodyguard show up.
Doorman.
I don't even know if he's got a name.
Yeah.
So Caesar's on edge, and Johnny hates Caesar anyway, even though he didn't actually rip him off, but he is taunting him by flirting with Violet the whole time. This sends Caesar over the edge, like shortly into the meeting. When they ask him to like pull out the money, and he looks at Johnny and sees him hitting on Violet, and he pulls out a gun.
Right.
Things escalate fast.
Yes. Does he not accuse Violet of being in cahoots with Johnny when they go over
he does. I skimmed over that part, but he's worried that she's in on it with Johnny. And so seeing them flirt is really like, that's when it really
reinforcing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he points the gun at Johnny because he hates Johnny. He thinks Johnny ripped him off. Now it's Gino's kid. Gino's the big mob boss. They're in charge of them.
Yeah.
And Gino's like, hey, why are you pointing that gun at my kid? What's going on? Caesar points the gun at him. And Gino's like, what are you doing pointing that gun at me?
Yeah.
Come on. He's like, put the gun down. We'll figure this out. Like, what's going on? He's got a smile on his face.
And
he
keeps saying it in Italian too.
Yeah, he starts speaking in Italian. And
Cesare, pistola.
He's like, just give me the gun. Come on.
Yeah.
And then he approaches him with a smile on his face. Caesar looks like he's calming down, but then he takes super slow motion.
He takes that deep breath, closes his eyes because he's gearing himself up for doing a thing that keeps him like, you can't go back from this.
Yeah, things are about to fucking escalate.
Yeah.
He shoots and kills Gino.
Yeah,
shoots and kills Gino's bodyguard. Oh, this is I cannot stress like how cool this scene is. It's so well done.
Slow motion.
It's all in slow mo. Lots of camera movements that are really fucking cool.
They make that old ass man fall on his back like perfectly.
Oh my god! Yeah, he must be rigged up with something because the way he falls backwards is so cool.
They had to have him on like one of those, like, you know how
some kind of wire rig or something.
They had to, because he falls back perfectly backwards, and I'm thinking, this man is in the 60s. He's gonna fucking break.
Yeah, there's no way. Like only an acrobat could kind of do that the way he does it. You know, there's actually a character in Death Stranding 2 that wears like this, like a machine, like an skeleton suit,
so he can sit
when he dies every 20 minutes.
Oh,
and
that's
gets
right.
resuscitated.
Yeah,
it's Heartman. And when his heart dies every 20 minutes, he just kind of keels over. And in the first game, he has a bed that he lies into. Well, now he has like an exoskeleton in the new one that just catches him as he falls over. And so it just kind of keeps his legs upright so that he just kind of hunches over. It's really cool how they did it. I don't know how they did the mocap for it. He must have been wearing wires, in his mocap
Well, he was
suit.
wearing those chair pants that the guy from The Jury.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But it was that's a cool shot.
So much cool shit is happening here. It like the whole shootout is amazing, and Caesar catches everybody off guard and executes all three of the mobsters. Handily with one revolver, and him and Violet are standing there afterwards like, oh shit. And Corky is in the apartment next door, hears all of this happen. But is just listening and doesn't know all the details, but is kind of putting them together, So the police arrived outside.
Didn't one of them remind you of Kenan Thompson?
Oh yeah, I could see that, but he was a lot younger at this time.
He was on All That.
Yeah,
he was like 13 years old.
Yeah, was he 13 on that?
He was like, he was young. He was in his teens.
And it's crazy how like you put a picture of him now and then,
same
not
person.
that different.
Yeah,
not that
it's
different.
Crazy.
Like you would recognize him immediately. Oh yeah, that's Kenan Thompson.
Yeah,
insane.
Anyways, continue.
So the police arrive to the apartment building outside. Caesar hears the sirens and looks out the window and knows he's only got minutes to prepare. Because they're responding to the gunshots for sure.
Yeah.
So he has Violet stall the cops while he cleans up the bodies. Very intense scene. He throws all the bodies in like his shower stall.
Yeah, it's bathtub.
Yeah. And then just like throws a rug over the blood. Doesn't really like mop up the blood. He rearranges the furniture.
Oh, that's right.
To just cover it up.
Yeah.
It gets mentioned later. Just throws like the rug on top of it and moves the chairs and the couch and stuff. And starts blasting an old movie with a shootout on the TV so that when the cops arrive, they hear the TV blasting and they just kind of give each other like a knowing look. And, they say like, hey, we're here responding to some gunshots that some neighbors reported. Like, we just need to come in. And they come inside And Caesar's got this story prepared about how he's got like a bad hearing aid and, the battery's going out and he's trying to watch this movie and stuff. And he's trying to be real congenial to the cops, and offers them a drink. And they're like, we can't drink on duty, but thank you. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, it's working. And then before they leave, one of the cops goes, can I use your bathroom? And you can see Caesar kind of go, fuck. And he's like, you can't say no. It's like, it's going to ruin the act, So he's like, yeah, come on. And it's very tense watching the cop go, to the bathroom to take a leak. And I think it like pans over and you see the body is just sitting in the shower behind the curtain next to him, right?
It's like a drop of blood on the toilet, but like right below the toilet.
And you're waiting for the cop to see it.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is blown, but he doesn't. And even the other cop is like commenting on the apartment, like, this is a nice place. And he like steps on a pool of blood through the rug, and it soaks on his shoe. Yeah. But yeah, they don't notice and they leave. Everything's fine.
Fucking NYPD.
They leave without incident. So Caesar then takes Violet to Johnny's apartment, assuming that Johnny has stashed it there. And he tears the place apart to no avail, causing him to panic more. He then calls his other mob associate, Mickey, and claims that Gino never arrived at his apartment to buy him some time and an alibi. Violet then runs off to the bedroom and calls Corky to fill her in and make sure she's still waiting for her. And Corky's like, of course I'm waiting for you. Like, I'm not leaving without you. Because Corky's got the money. She could just up and run.
She could leave.
But she's waiting for Violet to get out. However, this is where Caesar walks in on her on the phone and catches her and starts attacking her and questioning her about who she's talking to.
And once again, immediately thinks it's a dude.
Yep, of course. Yeah. And then does a redial on the phone, hears it ringing on the other side of the wall. Corky rips it out of the wall, but it's too late. He's already heard it. And he starts
finally puts it together.
Yeah, I think this is where he puts it together that it's Corky. He starts beating Violet. Corky rushes over there, to stop him. But Caesar gets the jump on her, disarms her, and ties her up. And
binds her. She's now bound.
She is now bound.
That's right.
Fuck, I forgot to make the reference earlier because Corky wouldn't leave because she's bound to Violet.
That's true. Oh, damn.
I had to keep making... Oh, God. But Violet can't leave because she's bound to Caesar until this is all over.
This is true. Oh, my God.
I forgot all the fucking times I was going to make this joke. God damn it. Well, it's not a joke. Like, it's literally the theme. I'm sure it's intentional, but Christ, I had to keep making this joke. Anyway, Corky gets tied up. Caesar starts interrogating her, demanding she tell him where the money is, and goes to cut off her fingers like they did to Shelley earlier in the movie, because that was a brutal fucking scene.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But she relents and tells him that she's hid it in the paint buckets next door, because we saw her like tied up in bags and dip it in these paint buckets. So he goes to
shoot her.
And she's like, you can't kill me. And he goes, why? And she says, I could be lying.
Yeah.
So she makes him go check before he kills her.
Smart.
Super smart. I love it. You love it when your protagonist, one of your protagonists, I guess, is outsmarting, your antagonist.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun.
Almost toying with him. She's in a shitty position. She's like,
yeah,
you can't kill me, dingus.
But then someone's at the door.
That's right.
And so Caesar stuffs Corky in the closet.
No, not back there again. Damn.
And takes Violet to the bathroom and unties her and says, you need to play along or I'm going to kill you and Corky.
Very homophobic of him.
Yeah. And so he sets it up as if he just stepped out of the shower so that he didn't hear them outside. As he's stepping out into the apartment, Mickey and another mobster are standing there waiting for him, which scares the shit out of Caesar, although I think it's an act. And he claims he didn't hear them because he was in the shower with Violet, and says that he still hasn't heard from Gino. And that's why Mickey's there, because he's worried. Violet escapes from the bathroom, goes back to the bedroom, and calls Caesar's cell phone. Caesar answers, and she's like, pretend I'm Gino on the phone.
She knew it was away from the counter, too.
Yeah. So
that's where his gun
away.
was.
Oh, to get him away from the gun. That's
exactly.
Right. But she says, okay, pretend I'm Gino. Tell Mickey and the other guy that there was a car accident and that we're at the hospital. And she's like, you better go along with this. Because it's, what's the excuse that she uses?
She says, I know you're away from your gun. And if you don't go along with this, I'm going to out you. And you're going to let me and Corky go free with half of the money.
That's right. Thank you. I'm glad you remembered that because I forgot.
No problem, bud.
But yeah, that's what she states over the phone. So Caesar plays along with the ruse and says to the guys like, oh my God, it's Gino. They were in a car accident. Oh, they're at the hospital. And so Mickey and the other mobster are like, oh, okay, we'll go there now.
Yeah.
So they get him out of the apartment. Meanwhile,
Corky gets out of the closet.
Yeah.
For the second time in her
breaking
life.
out of the closet, but Caesar catches her, right?
No, she gets out of the closet and uses the clippers to get out of the bindings.
Yeah, the ropes.
And Caesar basically tells Violet, like, fuck you. I'm not going to, like, I'm going to get my...
Well, like, that's not happening.
Yeah, I'm getting the bag. Fuck off.
Yeah. And so he drags them to the apartment next door, right?
He drags Violet to the apartment next door. He doesn't...
Corky isn't there.
Correct, because he assumes that she's still in the closet.
Yeah, okay.
But she's been out her whole life.
And then... So he knocks over the... Is this where he knocks over the paint already?
He knocks over the paint bucket, sees the trash bags.
Yeah, and the beautiful scene of the white paint going everywhere across the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
This Violet escapes, right?
Yes,
here.
And he chases after her with the gun.
But he doesn't shoot her or get her. She gets away, but then she runs downstairs, takes the elevator back up, goes back to the apartment, where she pulls a gun off one of the dead mobsters in the shower.
Correct.
Super smart. I love that.
And Caesar doesn't know this and is, I think, trying to collect the money, and he's standing up in a bathroom in the other apartment, and Corky tries to sneak up behind him with a fucking monkey wrench, like a big ass wrench, and goes to swing on him, but he fucking ducks it and overpowers her.
Yep.
And goes to kill her, but then
he knocks the shit out of her.
He punches the fuck out of her.
Yeah, he does.
And I at first I was like, oh fuck, is she dead? But you can see her chest kind of move, and it's like, oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And then he goes to kill her, and Violet shows up.
That's when Violet runs in with the other gun,
and he's like caught off guard.
Yep.
Oh, and Corky disarms his gun, so it's across the room.
She knocks the gun out of Caesar's hand, so Caesar doesn't have it when Violet storms in.
That's right.
And she informs him that she has called Mickey, and we saw this.
Yeah.
But she called Mickey and told him, like, she's crying and hysterical, and she's like, he made me lie and go along with it. I'm so sorry. And then just hangs up.
Yeah.
To kind of like give a ruse. And so Mickey is coming back. So Violet comes in, holds Caesar at gunpoint, and says, Mickey's on his way back. Like, it's over, man. Let her go. And then Caesar very arrogantly is like,
you're not going to kill me.
Yeah, like, I know you. You're not going to kill me.
Yeah, you're bound to me.
Yeah. She goes, Caesar, you don't know shit.
Yeah, you don't shit about me.
Shoots the shit out of him.
While he's standing in this big ass puddle of white paint.
Yes, it's so
cool.
The just the red blood all over the white paint is such a beautiful scene. And then he falls in it and like makes a snow angel in the paint, or the paint angel, I guess.
And the red mixes with the white, and actually and
it's on the cover of the Criterion. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I wish I knew the name of the artist that designed this off the top of my head, but I remember I want to say it was on Twitter. So this was a while ago,
right?
When it got announced, and the artist like posted about it and was like, "I was so happy when Criterion asked me to do this. I could not like be more excited to do a cover for this movie."
Yeah, it's excellent.
It's so sick. Okay, so all that happens. The next day, Mickey is consoling a sad Violet, telling her that he will track down Caesar and the stolen money. So they hit his body.
That he got away. They got away with
fucking
it.
A. Yeah. And he offers to take her in as his lover. But she politely declines and states that she just needs a clean break. And then she meets Corky around the corner, who's waiting for her with a brand new pickup truck.
That's right.
And then they get in the car and hold hands before driving away. Corky remarks, Violet, do you know the difference between us? And Violet says no. Corky says, neither do I.
Yep.
It's so beautiful.
It is. And you know what? This is why Love Lies Bleeding and this movie are married to each other. Because it's not a gay tragedy film, as Kristen Stewart said. They neither of them die. Neither of them are motivated by each other's death. They even though there was a few kinks in the plan, they walk away scot-free, new life.
They were still able to outsmart the guy. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's great. It ends on a great note.
Yeah.
Even though a bunch of people died, but they're all bad, so who cares?
I think. Not that we need to pit the girlies against each other, but I think I like this more than Love Lies Bleeding. But again, it doesn't. No, it's not a fun.
I think you're
fight.
I think
you're
right
yeah.
Because the fantastical shit in that movie, like really,
the third act is really weak.
It threw me. Bleeding, yeah. It threw me so hard, but I like them both. Yeah.
No. I still like both movies. Yeah, and I almost hate that I even had to say it, but
that's all good. But they're very similar.
But it's the Wachowskis.
It's the Wachowskis.
Come on, Jesus. They're gods of cinema,
They're pretty good. Jupiter
Okay.
Ascending wasn't good. And you know that deep down in your heart, that's why you haven't watched it.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, exactly. So like, calm down, buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, you can never. Come on.
I know. And that last Matrix film was just okay.
It's fun. It's not bad. It's fun. You can't say it's bad.
What were you gonna say?
How many stars would you give Bound?
Out of 5?
Yeah. Yeah, we do a 5-star scale. Sorry,
okay.
I should say that every
Damn,
episode.
I really should think about this, but
I think on the spot's more fun too.
on the spot is more fun. 3.5 or 4. It's not a perfect film, and the way that it starts off is a kind of joke. Like, it just feels like a porno. The first bit. And
You think so?
And I think that was done intentional to make asses stay in seats for the rest of the film.
Yeah.
They're like, we know why you're here, straight man.
I think it's unapologetically sexy, but I don't think it's trashy like a porno.
No. It's not trashy.
Yeah.
But it's running the exact same gamut.
Yeah.
Except it's not giving you what a porno would give you,
Right.
as the payoff. But it's, oh, I lost something down the sink. I can't pay you with money. Is there anything else? It's just very much like that. And then you get the rest of the film. And the rest of the film is fun. And then there's good tension. I enjoyed it. And there's like really beautiful shots, but that first bit, I don't know. Oh, because it leads to a really like, the sexiness aside, the camera work is fantastic, and you explaining to me that they had an
intimacy coordinator
before that was even a thing, like telling or how you say, helping write that scene of like what would it look like, and then saying different body parts that the Wachowskis knew what the camera was over to. That's so good. Oh, it's hard.
Yeah,
I'll say a 4. We'll go 4.
I'm a solid 4 stars.
Okay,
as well.
Gotcha.
I didn't mention this, but also they had to fight the MPAA to not get an NC-17 rating.
Oh, really?
Which is insane.
There's no penetration. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Is it just because it's gay?
I think that was what they figured. And also, this movie has a strict 18 rating in the UK.
Okay,
which is like basically an R, but a little worse, because R is 17 and under, but like you can get in if you're, I think, over. Is it over 13? I forget how it works
with an adult.
With an adult, yeah, you're right. But NC is like not even with an adult.
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it works in the UK, but I know at 18 is like hard R, wrong kind of hard R.
Wow, Jared. Wow.
That's not what that means.
I know.
I think it's a lot stricter though.
Yeah.
And if you see it on like a cover of a movie, you're like, oh, this either has like some crazy violence or like explicit sex.
Mm-hmm.
But like the sex isn't that explicit.
And
all of you see nipples, but everything else is covered.
You see 2 nipples.
It
is what it is.
Yeah, and it's in one scene. Yeah. Well, now, okay, you see Joe Pants' nipples a few times.
This is true.
For like, he's shirtless. He's in a towel for like 10 minutes.
Exactly. He's in a towel in 2 different fucking scenes.
Yeah,
and he's got his shirt off when he's drying off the dollar bills.
But those weren't the scenes they had to cut.
No.
They had to. Apparently, there was a lot of extensive recuts done to the sex scene. Like they had to do a lot of like trimming to make it acceptable to the MPAA to make it an R, which feels so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And also misogynist, honestly.
Yeah.
Although I do know that like the MPAA is at least now harder, stricter maybe on dicks than, female nudity.
Really?
Like, yeah, like male nudity is like a guaranteed R. And then female nudity, like if you see the penis, like shaft and balls.
Yeah.
Like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, for example. But female nudity is like more okay. Like you can have boobs in PG-13 essentially, and it'll be, as long as it's one scene, I think it's okay.
You're telling me that somebody could have gotten topless in Detective Pikachu?
Was that PG-13?
It was.
Jesus.
There are
that movie is kind of dark at times.
Apparently multiple instances where Ryan Reynolds says fuck as Pikachu, but none of those made it in the film.
Wait, for real? That's not a joke?
No. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He talked about it. He's like, yeah, I said it all the time, but it obviously was not going to be in the film.
Does he think he's Deadpool in real life?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Do you see that Deadpool game that is Neil Patrick Harris, and it's like a sleepy version of
Is
Deadpool?
It Neil Patrick Harris? I thought it was bad. I thought it was somebody else. It's a VR game, isn't it? No?
Yeah, it's Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's not doing a great job.
Whatever.
Yeah. Not that, even Ryan Reynolds doing it is that fun, but I digress. Will,
Yeah.
if we had our own version of the Criterion, would you release this on the Debaser label?
I hate being like, okay, every movie you've asked me so far is a yes, but this is like,
well, this is only the third or fourth, right?
It's the fourth. I think you've asked me this on every
for all Pride movies,
gay movies, and like, 100%. Like this is right up our fucking alley.
I don't know how. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's got great camera work. It's gay. You know, it's
about crimes.
It's about crimes. You know, and what else could I ask for? Like, okay. Our label currently is all gay movies that are have like specific
because
auteurs.
We're allies.
It's true. It's true. I really do want to do an episode where we don't talk about a film, but we pick a bunch of the movies that we've done previously.
We just kind of run down all of our previous picks.
Yeah, yes or no, and why.
That's actually a beautiful idea for an episode. That'd be such a fun, like, I didn't have time to prep, so let's just run down.
Bingo. And I think that would actually set a good baseline on what is and isn't in our... We're billionaires, and now we can buy rights to movies so that we can release our own boutique collection.
We'll just do a Kickstarter, and we're starting a boutique movie label. Give us your money. Or that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
I would too, but my only hesitation is how could we even improve upon Criterion's like version? It's so good. Like the only thing I could think is to do like a Second Sight style release where it comes in like a cooler box and has like a big book with it, you know?
I mean, what I was going to say is like, don't let one person's success keep you from trying to be successful.
I understand.
So I'm sure there are ways that we could do it better. Like give it a steelbook. Yeah. Am I wrong?
I mean,
a steelbook and find a different, like this.
I would prefer like a cardboard box, I think.
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is like also too, it is very hard to improve on this art.
Yeah, the art.
This art is fantastic.
So good.
Because like
I'll link to it in the description for the episode.
Their lips are the same color as the white paint. Like this is brilliant. The person who did this,
it's so cool.
But I'm sure you could find somebody that maybe has been doing a lot of gay art on Tumblr and would love to do this. You know, do something akin to this that doesn't necessarily involve the paint and the blood. Like you could do so much with it. You could do so much with the name of the movie.
The artist that did this cover, her name is Drusilla Adeline. There's actually pictures online of her making the cover. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to link to this in the description for the listeners. She literally did it splashing white paint on a black canvas. That's so cool. She even looks like she could be one of the protagonists in this movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Good for her, man. That's so cool. Yeah, she's got like a really sick like bicep tattoo. She's wearing all black in this photo of her doing the painting. Like, dude, she's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Good for her.
But yeah, I would absolutely put this under our label.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so good. All right, well.
I've already said the things that I like about this movie.
The movie fucking rules. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Like, we spoiled the whole movie for you if you haven't seen it, but like, go check it out, man. It rules. It has an amazing sex scene within the first 15, 20 minutes.
Easily.
It wastes no time.
No. And then it gets to the actual movie.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, and then here's the mob stuff.
Yeah. We know what you came here for, you perverts.
Exactly. Oh, hey.
What's up?
I can make my announcement now because it will already have been out. Oh,
that's right. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's talk about it.
It will already be out by now, but I am officially here on another show. It's called Spellbound and Gagged. It is hosted by Ellen Weatherford, who is a friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. And she also hosts Just the Zoo of Us, which I've shouted out before. But yeah, she needed some help working on her new show. So I got in contact and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, I've been wanting to freelance edit like another show. What's going on? So I'm attached to that show now. And the first episode that I worked on comes out at July 4th. So by the time you hear this, it's out. The episode 2 will be out soon because it's going to be monthly because it's Ellen's second show. So it's just once a month. Mm-hmm. So that's not going to take up too much of our time. But yeah, go check it out. It's really fun. We talk about like weird, mysterious, like oddities that have happened. But yeah, it's a great show. Go check it out. Just the Zoo of Us is also fun, but like that's like a family friendly show. Yeah. And I don't know if I could do that.
Right. That makes sense.
We're allowed to cuss on Spellbound and Gagged at least. So.
Let me be the second, probably. Hopefully the first to congratulate you on getting that, on air.
Yeah.
Or what have you. But like, I know you've been trying to get something like this since we started doing this.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. So fucking good job, man.
Yeah, I was super excited. And like Ellen, honestly was like an inspiration for me to do this show.
I know, yeah.
Because she's had Just the Zoo of Us forever, and like I asked her so many questions when we were getting set up.
I
and
remember
even
this, yeah.
after the fact about editing and like promotion and stuff, because Just the Zoo of Us is on like a major network. It's on Maximum Fun, and like that's the dream, baby.
Yeah.
Will, you have something coming up. Do you want to promote that convention?
Yeah, well,
that you're prepping for?
I'm not going to be working Gen Con, but I am currently working on a paint project for a game that it's not a Games Workshop game, but it is going to be a game that we're going to be running at our booth.
Okay.
They did this 2 years ago where they had like a mega dungeon.
Yeah.
That kind of worked like the game Munchkin. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we used a lot of our Warhammer miniatures painted by a bunch of people on the team. I did all of the guys that the player characters used. And they, kicked open a door and they would have a random enemy and they could get loot and they could keep the cards and come back and play again, right? So this time, because Space Marine came out last year in October, if I'm not mistaken, or has it been 2 years now?
I think it's been 1 year.
1 year, yeah. Oh, it's
Christ, what is the passage of time?
Bro, I know, right? But anyways, so as of right now, I'm painting a bunch of Space Marines and a shit ton of Tyranids for this game at Gen Con. So if you're listening to this and you live in Indiana or you're traveling to Indiana for Gen Con, please drop by the Games Workshop booth. I'm going to be putting a fuck ton of work into these guys, and I would love for you to not only experience an original game that was thought up by one of my bosses, Ryan, but also seeing my artwork in real life, and I would greatly appreciate that because it's this is something I'm very passionate about, and I'm about to put like a shit ton of work into those.
Yeah, and again, you won't be there, but
I
your
won't
work
be there.
will
My
be.
work will be there. Yeah.
How many figurines
It's
in total?
140.
140
It's
things that
140.
you built and painted, right?
Yeah.
Like, good God.
Yeah, I know.
And for the listener, just so you're aware, Will's been real stressed about this project. He's been working real fucking hard on this.
Yeah.
By the time this is out, it will be over.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, like, God bless. And,
thank you.
And no stress.
I'm already 34 hours into an allotted 120 hours, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But hey, I've got full faith that
Thank you.
you're going to get it done, and it's going to be beautiful, and that all the people at Gen Con are going to be clamoring about how beautiful or... I guess Warhammers aren't beautiful. They're wretched, but like in
grotesque.
a cool way.
Yeah.
How wonderfully detailed.
It's grimdark.
Yeah. How grimdark all the figurines are.
silly.
I guess you could make a beautiful one, but it would not be canon.
No, I would not.
We do follow, was it Cerberus XT? That's the
French
trans and like pride flag colored like Warhammer minis.
He's a French artist.
Yeah.
And he does a bunch of he does a bunch of models in the paint schemes of different pride flags.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like he's a wonderful painter. It's so funny. Every time I see him posting, I'm like, should I enter this painting competition? Like,
I know.
Yeah, you fuck ass. Obviously you should.
It's like, okay, you're just begging for compliments at this point.
Maybe, I don't know. But and it's so funny because like I know he plays the game too, and his artwork triggers the fuck out of
the worst of the
worst
fandom.
type of people.
And I'm glad. That's why he rules,
I've seen his stuff for years, and I remember the first time it started popping up, I would see it on the traditional gaming board of 4chan, which is a blue board. There's no nudity or anything like that on it.
Okay.
And people would be like, I want to hate this, but he's such a good painter that I can't. When you've got...
Does he turn homophobes to be like, he's so good, I can't be mad at the pride stuff?
Yeah, no, dead serious. And like, I've even had conversations with other people about other things that I don't necessarily like, but I can appreciate the work into it. Case in point is like, there's an army called Death Corps of Krieg. They're not World War I French and German soldier like uniform guys,
right.
And they have a unit that rides on horses, and someone did all their horses as My Little Ponies, and I don't like My Little Pony,
but not a brony, confirmed.
Not a brony, yeah. But the amount of work and the paint that was put into those models, can't be mad.
Yeah,
cannot be mad. They look great.
Like, good for you. I wouldn't use them. But
no, not for me.
You did great work,
and I would play against that army, and we would have a great time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you could not catch me doing the same thing.
But it's like, I respect it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, but I love Cerberus. Cerberus is the shit. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's never even heard of our show.
No.
He's great though.
But I love following him, and like that's
me too.
kind of how, like, between you and him, that's my like contact for the Warhammer stuff.
Oh yeah,
the miniatures especially.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a call to action for the listener. tell a friend about this show, please.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Get the word out. Just be like, hey, I listened to this cool show. They cover movies. But don't worry, it's not stuffy, though. It's just two, like, regular dudes just talking about these weird movies. You know, they're so cool. If you have any questions or comments, you can always email us at debaserpod@gmail.com. That's always been our email address. It's never been anything different.
It's never been anything
that I lost access to or don't check anymore.
That's right.
And it might change in the future. I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Are there old episodes that still say the old email? God, I hope they definitely are. I'm not going back and editing them.
So funny.
Well, folks, that's been our show. Thank you for listening to Debaser. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to us on your podcast app and follow us on social media by searching for @DebaserPod. Our wonderful co-host is Will. Will, where can people find you? You've already done your plugs. I won't ask you to do that, but you're at pocket_infinity
on Instagram, and you will be seeing the pictures of the stuff I'm working on. I'm taking like stage by stage photos for a big post at the end. And then I'm
Will Switch
Engage?
Engage?
Yeah, it's It's that
on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
If you don't want to type that out, I put these links in the description of the podcast.
Hey,
they're right there. Just open up your podcast app that you're listening to this with, scroll down and click the link. It'll take you to the Blue Sky or the Instagram. I did all this for you. It's in every episode.
There you go.
I don't know if I've ever pointed that out in the recording before. I did the work for you.
Yeah.
I'm also making it a point going forward in the description to be like, did we go on a tangent about like something specific online? I will link to it so that you can see it.
There you go.
Like on the last episode, you talked about Crash McCurry's Jurassic Park art. I linked to a page of it because I was like, I was researching it as I'm editing the episode, and I'm like, oh, this is sick. I see what Will's talking about, and I wanted the listener to also see that. And I also put a link to Michael Shannon's Architectural Digest video because I wanted people to see that too.
Yeah, you sent me a clip too from it. Yeah, that's funny.
And because the poster of Take Shelter is behind him, and I'm like, this is it's so cool. I would also want that poster. Anyway. For my co-host, Will, I'm Jared. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.
Debaser, a film podcast, is hosted and produced by Will Taylor and Jared Rusk. The show is mixed and edited by Jared Rusk. The theme song is also by Jared Rusk. The cover art is by Dog Bites Back on Instagram. Special thanks to Haley and Courtney for their love and understanding. Check out debaserpod.com for links to all of our episodes and to find us on social media like Blue Sky, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for listening, and take care of each other.